put this out. He's kind of a scumbag, is what I've heard. But regardless, he put out the Bears and Jags are teams to watch for Vikings Danielle Hunter, who is set to hit free agency. And this wasn't per Dove. This is per Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, ESPN's senior NFL reporter. So he put out there that the Bears and Jags are, quote, teams to watch, end quote, for the Viking star defensive end, Danielle Hunter. And we had this conversation yesterday. Brad Holmes' approach to free agency. And I don't know how true this report is. Seems like it's a credible source. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. He's got a lot of followers. He's very reputable. Like Danielle Hunter in Detroit. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like what he would mean for this team. Like that man was a defensive player of the year candidate.
Dog.
Him and Hutch with Aleem McNeil, those guys would cause problems. And this is what I mean by when we brought up the CJ stuff. Not that you could still have both. I get that. But if you're telling me, Jeff, you have to lose CJ Gardner-Johnson, but they bring in a guy like Danielle Hunter and he gets paid. Like, I'm interested. I don't know if Brad would do this because I stand on what I said yesterday. I just don't know if Brad's going to drop max money in free agency. I don't think he will. Maybe he proves me wrong. But from what I've heard from Brad, I don't know if he'll do this. I know Chicago. I know Jacksonville. They're going to be aggressive. But what's your guys' first just thoughts on a guy like Danielle Hunter being a free agent and whether or not the Lions should bring him in?
Well, first of all, I want to say this. If the Bears is one of the teams, I'm kind of interested with the situation when it comes to the Bears because they have spent so much money on this defense. Do you guys really think there's a chance they bring in Danielle Hunter?
No.
Because they've spent so much money for their, I don't know. I don't know how credible.
Oh, the Bears?
Yeah, they've spent so much money on that defense. Like to bring in a Danielle Hunter, it's just like how much. Like, are you just going to use all of your cap on
money?
Defense?
They have.
I guess they do, but like, dude, they've spent so much on that side of the ball. And if you're going to draft Caleb Williams, you probably should save money on the other side of the ball to spend, on the opposite side. So I don't see that happening. But I don't know what the price range would be. I'm all in on bringing. I know a lot of people in the chat. A lot of people are all in on bringing Danielle Hunter in. Imagine Danielle Hunter lining up week 1 with Danielle Hunter and Aiden Hutchinson, two of the best in the league. Come week 1, like that would be a game. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Just like that's the best, probably 1-2 punch in the NFL at that point. And I think I wouldn't mind Dan spending the money. And I know we don't want to sit here and spend money because you have to extend guys. I think you can extend guys this year to a way to where you can still bring Danielle Hunter in. I think Brad could do that. I truly do.
Well, here's the spin on things.
Let's spin it.
Jacksonville's interested in Danielle Hunter. There's no way in hell they can sign Danielle Hunter and keep Josh Allen. So if they want to do that game, then see you, Josh Allen. Now he's a free agent. But I think pay-wise, they're going to be in the same category. So I think you could just use this for multiple players. Yes, I think the Detroit Lions need one of these guys as far as wanting to have a top 2. Even I think you could say it would be top 1 edge rushing duo. But do I see it actually happening? No. I think that Brad Holmes, Jeff, your point, and I still love the fact of, like, if it's a possibility, I think they're more likely to go get a Leonard Floyd type of guy. I think they'll still make an impact, nowhere near the Danielle Hunter. But I just do not see Brad going out and signing some top free agent that's demanding a lot of money when that's just – I think you can find better value as far as what you can do with the team in different positions as far as just going all in on one player. In his mind.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think, like, what would a guy like Danielle Hunter command in terms of money?
That's what I want to – I would like to know the price.
Like,
it's gonna be between at least 25 and 30.
And that, to me, like – that doesn't sound like a Brad Holmes move.
What would you do? 2 years?
But Danielle
is not going to ask for 2 years.
Okay.
He wants a max deal.
That makes sense. That's fair.
So that's why if I'm giving you like my thoughts on the likelihood, it's not going to happen. Like I just don't. I don't see it. The only way it happens is if like every team says no thanks and the Lions are like, hey, here's a flyer and he joins. Like that's the only thing. That's the only way. I don't see Brad forking over that type of money long term. And Adam put in the chat, he's 29 years old. I mean, and he's a great player. Like I'm not discounting him as a player. I just don't think it's that doesn't sound like Brad Holmes. Like
I'm kind of with you guys. I would love Danielle Hunter, but I am a little bit on your side to where I will say, yeah, I kind of agree to where the price rate, you do have to, like, it's not like just this year you have to extend guys. It's going to be next year.
I thought you said you
can
get it done and extend guys.
I think this year, like in my mind, I'm thinking a 2-year deal. But if, like Adam said there, if it's a 4-year deal down the line, you're going to have to, and the way Brad does draft, you're going to, like, if he keeps drafting the way he does, you're going to keep extending, like, you're going to have to spend money. If it was a shorter deal, and I don't know if he would take it. It sounds like Adam said in there, like a 4-year, $22 million average. That's a lot, especially in 2 or 3 years. Like, you're going to have to keep, like, some dudes like this rookie class right now, towards the end of that Danielle Hunter contract's going to have to get extended. And that's, Jeff, like, when I say that, like, that's kind of, you start looking that far down the line. Now, if it's a short term and he's like, hey, I'll do a 2-year with the Lions, or just a year and didn't get I don't know, but seems very unlikely. It probably will not happen. 0%.
Yeah, I don't think it is going to happen. I don't know if Brad Holmes is even going to give out a big contract like this, but it wouldn't be one that I hate. I mean, we've seen this guy twice a year, and we see what type of impact he can make every single game and how he would be opposite of Hutch, but I just don't think it happens.
Yeah, I think Adam nailed it with kind of his point here. Like, dude, he's 29 years old. Like,
hand up, I was wrong here.
Yeah.
I hand up, I was wrong.
Yeah,
4-year deal's a lot.
Yeah, he wants to get paid. That's kind of like, how old is Snead? L'Jarius Sneed.
20.
I think he's
24.
Is he young?
I think so, yes.
Double check.
I can't
No,
remember.
he's 27.
27.
Yeah, like, that's another guy. Like,
Not
that's a guy who wants, those guys want to get paid, till they're, get 4-year deal. Then he'll hit free agency again when he'd be 20 or 33.
I lost Lucas.
And
to be honest, Jeff, if you do think about it as well, we haven't seen Brad in this situation to where he's going to sit there and spend money. I'm interested to see what he does do, because there are some big names out there that are available. So, like, we could all say here, like, oh, Brad's going to extend guys. Well, I guess he did come out a couple weeks ago and say he's going to take care of our guys first. But that doesn't mean he's like, he has so much cap this year to where, like, he could still extend his current guys and go out there and get someone. So I'm interested. I think we did see a small sample size last year of him going out and getting average deals. Not average players, because yesterday I said that and you guys saw it. Like David Montgomery, those guys were good players, but on average deals. And I think once you do get that, I'm interested to see if Brad ever does spend money, because that's that big splash, like the big trade, Jeff, you're talking about. Like, that's what that is. It's making a big splash, bringing a big guy in.
Yes. Yeah. Well, here's what my point was. It's not, I said yesterday, it's not about going out. I'm not talking about spending $100+ million. That's not what I'm talking about with getting, I'm talking about making smart acquisition moves that can help your team win a Super Bowl. Like the Niners, they traded a 3rd-round pick for Young.
Yep.
He just walks, but he helped them get to he helped their defensive line. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm out on, like, giving Danielle. I don't see it. I don't.
They do get that pick back as well in the comp pick.
See there.
So, like, that was
that's a smart move from John.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying there then, Jeff. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that's kind of more kind of not like a side of things. It's just more so I'm interested to see if Brad, now that he does have money, because he hasn't had a ton of money in the past, like, what does he actually do with it? Like, even after he extends guys, he's going to have money. So I'm interested to see his kind of routes on that 1-year deals or 2 years, or if he's going to go long term.
And you guys have when we talk about free agency, we did a free agency segment a week or 2 ago, and you can check that out. It's on our YouTube page still. And people liked it. We talked about Leonard Floyd, and that was someone I brought up, and Lucas and me are in lockstep. I know you guys probably are in lockstep as well with it. Like, that's like an affordable, short-term guy that can come in and help you right now.
Yep.
Like that's like a move I see Brad kind of doing.
That's what he did last year too.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how I see it happen. Maybe, and then I do think there will be a trade this season. At the deadline, like Mike said. I don't think it's at the beginning. It'll be probably towards the trade deadline, but I could see Brad doing that. But yeah, in terms of, like, free agency acquisitions, I think it'll be smart, short-term contracts, like, not tied up, because you can't be tied up. You got to pay guys, that are coming up in the next couple of years, if not this offseason.
Remember the Demont deal, fellas. That was a 3-year deal as well. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, some of these average contracts he goes out and gives are 2 or 3 year deals as well. Same with what's his Cam Sutton, 3-year deal. So like I still think I'm leaning more so to the side where Brad makes he gets good players on average deals, and whether it's a 2 or 3 or just a 1-year deal.